Top of grain lake, fire, melted rubber, not a good combination. Good morning, guys. Well, can you tell? It's raining. So, unfortunately, it's probably about the worst rain we could ask for right now, because it's not going to be enough to do anything for the crop. I mean, is there some benefit in it? Probably. It's still moisture, but not really going to amount to anything. Only thing it's going to do, more than likely, is keep our wheat from drying out today. So this morning, if I can get this open, gonna go ahead and get this load in to the elevator that we cut last night. Go ahead and get it off the truck. Got Dustin over there. Morning! We're gonna start him back on some corn while we're waiting. Looks like more than likely he's gonna be doing that all day at this point. Ended up leaving the tarp open last night. Try and let some of that heat out, because 95 degrees yesterday, there was quite a bit of heat in it. I can handle this. Made it to the elevator. About a line and a half. Not terrible, but probably got, I don't know, about an hour wait, I would say. Depends on how fast they're moving them through today. But I'd say it's probably going to be an hour. Good thing I'm not trying to get back to the field. Got the green light from the probe shack. Getting ready to pull on the scale. Like that. Here's where I really find out whether our auger cart scales and our moisture was correct. Well, I think we're literally within a couple 100 pounds of what the auger cart said my weight should be. So we are spot on there. 13.1% moisture and a 61.7 test weight. I will take it. All right, that took a little longer just because I'm hauling wheat when all these other guys, I think 98% of them, I can't say 100% because I don't really know, but I think majority of them are hauling corn in. So for me to bring one load of wheat in that mess, they had to change the legs over, they had to clean the pits out. So, but anyway, we got it and we're headed back to the shop. Made it back to the shop, no problem. It has quit drizzling or whatever it was doing earlier, but the sun's still not out yet. Not much breeze, so we're not too concerned with checking the wheat right now. I don't think there's any way it'll run yet. So, for right now, while we are waiting on it to dry, drove this truck the other day. Noticed that all of the sudden, we have a very spongy brake pedal. And now it's telling me to service brake system. So yeah, I'll show you what we got going on. And we got pretty lucky on this one because it doesn't take a genius to know that something's not right there. Where's my stool at? There it is. Not sure if Dad was working on his motorcycle or his never-ending camper project.
Motorcycle.
Yeah, he's already pushed the camper out of his mind. You don't have any brake fluid left.
You think? I didn't hardly use them on the way home. I just used the engine brake.
I noticed when I was following you, you were
braking downshifting.
Yep, I heard it. Appears that it's coming out of the caliper right here. So I'm assuming this bottom piston is probably bad. 21. Oh, only 13 tries.
18 times the charm.
That's right. Alright, now we just got to see if I can break this loose with a little wrench. Oh, man. Not without breaking an elbow. Not happening. Just tell them the fact that it's a normal day and these bolts are about 5,000 foot-pounds of torque on them to tighten them. Now I gotta get them broke loose. And that's proving to be a feat. Oh, there it went. Well, there's not much pad left. Holy cow.
I think those would be grinding. Have you noticed anything? The discs still look pretty good too. That's what's stupid.
No, they do not look good on the inside. It's definitely that piston that's leaking. Well, this project just quickly became a lot more than we had planned. But that's how our lives go. Looks like replace the caliper for the leak, new pads, and we're going to have to pull this entire axle shaft out, everything, in order to get that rotor off. And then while we're doing one side, you got to do the other side as well. Got this side off. This one looks much better. No leaks. Rotor looks good, smooth on both sides. Actually has all of the metal on both sides. And the pads, they were getting close, but wearing very even. So pretty sure that side's just going to need fresh pads. That'll all have to be cleaned off. Oh, nope, I'm good with this one. Well, guys, I didn't record the 15 minutes of beating on this with a hammer to get it off, but if you have ever worked on trucks that have spent the last 15 years running through salt and the elements, you can about imagine how fun that was to get off. But this rotor's getting replaced, so we didn't care if we damaged it. We're going to go ahead and replace all the seals, as well as both brake pads and the caliper on this side. However, I can pick those up first thing in the morning. At this point, it is a little after 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Sun's out-ish, had plenty of wind. So we're going to go try and get back in that wheat field. I'm going to have to figure out where I put my sunglasses too. Never can keep track of things. If you ask my wife, that's why I married her. So I didn't have to remember anything. The only thing is, that doesn't work when I'm at work. Hey, look at what I found. Much better. I think he said in this short stretch it's still mid-15s. So we're up here, but it might still be a waiting game at the moment. Well, we're still here, and we're still not cutting wheat. It's really hot. We got the wind. We just don't have the sun, and it feels extremely humid out. So things, unfortunately, just are not drying. Bet you guys didn't expect to see me 140 feet in the air with a fire extinguisher. Whew, and a little out of breath. But got a call. I'll catch you guys up on the details afterwards. But alright. I still have no idea what I'm going to find, but I got to get this cover off. Well, we're still on fire. So what happened, for some reason, I don't know why, but for some reason the leg stopped turning without kicking any safety switch, and the motor kept turning. Smoked the snot out of these belts enough to where they melted, and then you've got birds that like to create nests in here. And it's a perfect recipe for fire. So I have no idea what kind of damage we did to that gearbox. Or the bearing in this, or who knows. But I'm going to get some good pictures of it, get off this leg, see what we can do about it. Okay. All right, Dad's going to turn this on. I don't know that anything's wrong with that. This is too hot to touch, so the gearbox is on very hot still. But I don't know. I don't have any tools to check the oil level. I'm sure that's hot. So we're gonna have our leg guy come out and check that. Probably check all of this over before we put the new belts on.
Can you tell on that gearbox, on that input shaft, can you tell if the seals are melted or they still look solid?
Nothing looks like dripping melted or has any kind of oil coming out of it or anything like that. While I'm up here, I might as well do some crop scouting. That field looks good. Those fields look good. That one looks good too. All right, so a little bit of a backstory on how I ended up 140 feet in the air with a fire extinguisher. Dad and I were way up north getting ready to start cutting wheat for what, third time today? Try it? Well, now it's raining, so that would have been useless. So no wheat today. But Dustin called. He is in the process of sweeping out this bin, blending it with this bin to get it to come out to roughly 15%. So both are draining. Both are dumping into the pit, going into the leg, up into the hopper. Well, doing that, you've got to be really careful. Unloading two bins into one drag, you can easily overload the leg. But there should be safety protocols that keep that leg from overloading itself. Well, something happened. Not sure what. Dustin came out because he was keeping an eye on the amperage, saw the drag unloading into the leg, and the leg was not turning. So shut down everything real quick. But the thing we don't know is how long that motor was running up top without the leg running. Next thing we know, he looks up and he's like, top of the leg's on fire. So Dad and I made about a 40-minute trip in about 25 minutes back here, hoping our leg wasn't burning down. Major crisis averted, I think, but still not a good deal all around. But yeah, that's how I ended up on top of the leg. Alright guys, well, it's been a long day for us. I think we dodged a bullet with the grain leg. That could have been a lot worse than it was. The wheat is just not cooperating. The truck, that's going to end up being a little more than we were thinking. No big deal on the truck though. But you'll have days like that, and I want to share the good, the bad, and the ugly with you guys. It wasn't an ugly day, but it wasn't one of the good days. So hope you guys enjoyed it still. Find that thumbs up button for me. Like us, subscribe if you haven't, and as always, we'll see you in the next one.